Alright, I guess we are on stream, so hello everyone, and I am back with LBP3, so we are gonna be playing LittleBigPlanet, which is a very interesting game, because this game is basically the final game that they released for LittleBigPlanet. Unfortunately, it is actually the final game of a franchise. So this game is kind of popular when it comes to the levels, like to the community levels. And the speedrun of it is also pretty interesting because we have a lot of skips. And I am again with Arcania, which will also gonna be helping me with commentary in this game. Arcania also runs this game, and yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Sparks of imagination. So.
Alright, without further ado, the timing for this will start soon.
When you visit LittleBigPlanet,
it will start when we are first able to go into our puppet menu, so
yeah, when we get control per character is gonna be the time, so and go, let's go.
Use the left stick
and yeah, we are starting off with popping ourselves, which basically gives us a left and right movement a little bit earlier than the game intends us to get it.
Yeah, one of the few time savers in the intro stage is actually dying, because this makes so we can gain control of our character earlier than expected. So the game wants to teach us how to move, and to do that the game locks our controls. But since we pop ourselves, the game doesn't really expect this to happen, so when that happens, the game just doesn't know what to do and gives us our control back.
Also, we are now introduced to Newton, which is one of the first characters that we'll be playing alongside, I guess. But yeah, Newton is pretty much this game's antagonist for the most part. But it's also the reason to why we are in Bunkum, which is the cutscene we are seeing right now. Newton bringing us to Bunkum.
Yeah, this game kind of follows the previous games, that we have an introduction and then the introduction gives us a cutscene. So that's a pretty nice thing.
Yeah. So we are moving on to pretty much the most delicious looking level in the game. Of course, skipping a cutscene first.
Yeah, although there's a lot of unskippable cutscenes in this game, there is, however, some cutscenes that we can skip.
For sure. And yeah, we are on our first tutorial level, which literally is based on food. Basically a picnic table, if I'm gonna be more accurate with that term. We are gonna pop ourselves here, which is going to let us spawn a little bit early, because the thing is going to follow us. Also, Kiwami was just trying to get both those bubbles at the same time, but
yeah, it's a little bit tricky to do. Doesn't save them much time anyway, so I just got them normally.
But yeah, pretty much this is a tutorial. The game pretty much explains itself what we are doing. Besides for a few things that we are going to be doing. But yeah, as you just saw, we just grabbed the other grabbable surface, and now we are going to literally soon do a LCR.
It's actually an RCJ, like it's like a corner jump that we do on the sponge. You get some height, without getting into the more complicated way of how RCG works, because this is like the only time that I do this in a run, and it's like as a backup, so we just jump on the corners to get more height, basically. That's actually something that's like, that's how the LBP games are made. They are basically physics oriented platforming games. So like everything messes up with Sackboy's physics. So we take advantage of that most of the time. Sometimes this ends up killing us in some weird ways, but yeah, it is very rare.
And we're off to our next level, pretty much, which we saw. So we're going on to Newton's airship. A pretty... Yeah.
My father made it, of course, but I made some refinements of my own.
A laboratory of some sort. So we're gonna use stickers here. Basically, stickers in LittleBigPlanet games can be used as a trigger for switches.
Those walls lurks a cranky old bag named Nana Pud. Put her face up there if you can stomach it. Gruesome. But we must break.
Yeah, we want to place the stickers as fast as we can, because that actually speeds up the dialogue, and Newton stops talking faster.
Evil titans. We must reach it before Nana Pud releases them. The old bag. Fortunately, I've handcrafted something for just this occasion. Going down. Imagination made mechanical.
In this game, we also have new items that we get through the game, and here's our first item. It's the Pumpinator. It's always followed up with like a joke whenever like it's coming up, or like some odd dialogue. So we are going to see it pretty much here and there.
Such an amazing device.
But yeah, basically what the Pumpinator can do is it can blow air and suck air in any direction. We are going to blow it to this pinwheel, which is going to make us be able to progress.
Now try giving those boxes a blow.
And basically this is a tutorial for the Pumpinator, which is going to be used entirely in the next level as a tool for us to progress through that level.
Nana Pud won't wait if we dilly-dally.
There's some optimizations here and there where we are bouncing early and stuff. We are going to also do a thing here where you're standing on the corner while doing the blowing.
We're going to the infiltration station.
And to Stitchem Manor we go.
So after the next level of the prologue, which is the Stitchem Manor. This is a platforming level with a lot of the new mechanics of the games really showing off itself. But we are going to skip some of those mechanics because, of course, we are.
Yeah, we are speedrunners, you know, we like to skip things, so I guess that's how it is. And this level has, like, it is actually one of the most interesting levels on the early game because of the tricks that we have. Like, for now, we only saw, like, more straightforward levels without many skips. So this level really, like, boosts up the game a little bit when it comes to speedrun because the level had more tricks and more stuff to it. Also, there's a little bit of a glitch that happens in the stairs. If you get here too fast, the game doesn't properly load some of the stairs.
Yeah. Also, this level just uses a lot of the Pumpinator. There's not really much that I can say besides that, like me using it to cool off some places and stuff. But here's our like first skip. It's pretty involved. So basically, what she's doing is she is literally using the Pumpinator to basically blow, but then suck the thing behind her, so it can literally throw her like a catapult of some sort. Because this game is physics based, and yeah, that's how physics work.
Yeah, basically.
Just went through a vertical section, which will crush us if we are not careful.
Oh, that
was weird.
That was a miscalculate. I miscalculated the thing I thought I had was in the, the correct layer. There's something about this game, like LBP 1 and 2, they have like, I think they have like 4 layers. I think they have more actually. In this game it has like 13 layers, so there's a lot of layers to work with in this game.
Yeah, the old LittleBigPlanet games just had like 3 to 4 layers to really work with, and this one has more, which is giving it some interesting level design opportunities for both level creators and for people that are just playing the story mode. But yeah, we are into the next level, which is our first boss in the game. This boss is pretty simple in how it works. It's basically a tin monster that we have to literally avoid by just standing still.
Yeah, standing still is actually the best way to dodge this guy.
And now we're gonna try and blow away stuff from the level.
Yeah, we want to blow those fireballs as fast as possible because it saves time because it started the next cycle earlier. There we go.
And now in this phase, we are starting to see that the boss is not trying to also hit us with fire.
I got chucked by his hand. Alright. There we go. That was Timpa Towers.
So now we are gonna have a cutscene, which we are going to skip. But after that, we are going to see the map screen.
Yeah, the the Mad Sackboy cutscene. I love this cutscene, man. I feel like this is one of my favorite cutscenes because it's like one of those cutscenes that when you're like playing this game again, when you're Sackboy fully customized, you like you get to see your Sackboy with all your custom items, with all your clothes, just mad. Like I love this cutscene so much. This cutscene is so good.
We're lost. Lost.
Lost.
We'll
You'll never say Bunkum at this rate. But yeah, this place is where we are going to see the Organizatron for the first time, and the only time, pretty much.
When there's a laundry list of things to do as long as both your arms.
But we also have to sit through this long-winded cutscene that we cannot do anything about.
Yeah, the only small time save that we can do here is to just equip the Organizatron as fast as we can.
And from there, you can
Yeah.
check on your have-dones and yet-to-dos using your left stick. A press of the action button lets you examine the ins and outs of your chosen activity, and you can even get handy pointers on where you need
Another
to
thing
go
you can
by
do
pressing
during
the
this
menu
segment
buttons.
is that you can get yourself some clothes.
As always, a quick tap of the
Yeah.
back button will close the
But I just leave
Organizatron,
Sackboy by
letting you
default
skip
because
back off to do whatever
default
it is you
Sackboy is the
do
best
when you
Sackboy.
think we're not looking.
We have a heading. Let's go. So this is Manglewood. This filthy swamp was once home to Bunkum's thriving film industry. Have a word with
Yeah,
Randy.
there's
He's gone a bit bonkers.
there-
but he
there's
knows what's
something
what.
going on here
X
with
on your
Manglewood.
side, you can
This is
stop
the
those rebel titans and bring back my
first time in the series we see the game being broken up into an open world situation. So there's hub worlds in this game, and this is our first hub world, and we are completely going to skip all of the levels in this game by doing Manglewood Skit.
I almost had it.
So we are trying to not load the cutscene that place because it is a long time loser.
Yeah, so I want to bonk my head on top of the trigger to change characters. That way we can unlock a character early and sequence break the game. There we go. But I didn't skip the cutscene. It's fine. It still saves a lot of time. So this skip that I just did is the Manglewood skip. And this saves like roughly 15 minutes of gameplay, basically, because there's 3 levels that we need to do.
Looking for Oddsock, huh? Well, you're gonna need to find Oddsock's 3 marbles first.
So yeah, as Marlon Random is explaining right here, we normally would need to
and retreated into their sanctuary.
we need to get 3 marbles to rescue good boy Oddsock.
And coolest.
But yeah, as you guys may see, thanks to the Manglewood skip, we don't really have to do that. We can just skip all the levels and go straight to the boss.
One is in the dark heart of the Imagisphere.
Skipping the levels in this game really does, like,
branch out to find it.
just skipping the levels doesn't really do much in this game. The game is still fine. There's just in one level where it can soft lock the game if you're not careful. If you actually try and the levels normally after you have done the glitch.
Yeah, the game progresses normally if you somehow sequence break. So it's all good. We skipped the entire game, but the game just sees, oh, you're in the end. It's fine then. So you're in the end. We're gonna let you go. That's basically how the game feels.
And as you saw there, Newton was there. And we're gonna skip this cutscene.
Yeah, but we can do that the same in the upcoming cutscene. This is also another cutscene that I love, man. All of those cutscenes that you like have your custom character on screen are probably the best cutscenes ever, because you can see how you are. You can see Sackboy and the doggo just walking. Also, yeah, at the beginning of this fight, I'm just gonna stand here. And then I'm gonna hold left to skip walking, basically, because normally I would have to dodge those balls, and actually dying to them is faster because we don't have to wait more for the bottom to appear. So I'm also gonna do the same here. That's pretty much it. Other than that, this boss fight is essentially an auto-scroller.
Yeah. This boss is just a platforming level at the very least. An auto-scrolling platforming level at this point.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna have some like middle. I think we are only having 2 more hits, or is it 1 more hit? I think it's 2 more hits.
I think it's actually 2 more. I never really counted because, like, since this boss fight is pretty automatic, I just play by the feeling. So yeah, we just need to jump and dodge. So there isn't much to say about this fight, really. But if you're not careful, you can actually game over here. So I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention. So, oh, okay, this death is fine. Actually, I always die here just for the swag, because, you know, we finish on the middle like that and it doesn't matter.
And yeah, by doing that, we pretty much effectively skip doing Manglewood entirely.
Exactly, so no Manglewood. Thank God, because, like, the Manglewood levels are pretty complicated. So it's nice that we have Manglewood skip. Though this is not the only skip in the game, but we're gonna get there. This game actually has a lot of skips. Thanks to the fact that this game is open world, the community, people managed to figure a lot of skips. There's even, like, skips for levels that we skip. But since we can skip those levels, it doesn't really matter. But there's also another category called all main quests that essentially plays the levels that we skip. And even with that, there's still levels that, like, there's still a lot of skips. So this game is... it just keeps on giving.
Yeah. So in Cigarette, which is based on music and instruments, pretty much, and we are going to get something from this level right here. This is the hook hat we are going to get. We need it to pretty much get the certain spots of the game.
Yeah, there's 2 reasons we need the bucket hat. So the first main reason is that this hat is gonna allow us to do Ziggurat skip. And the second one is because we need this hat to beat the game. Otherwise, we cannot finish the final level without it. Okay, we got the hook hat. And I'm gonna go back to the map. That's something that you can do in this game. You can freely go back to the map and you'll see that there's a lot of levels.
So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go back upstairs. Basically, the cigarette skip is that we are going to get in back inside that door through a well-timed jump.
There we go.
We just need to hold that direction, and we are pretty much.
Yeah, we basically clip through the door and skip all the levels in Ziggurat.
Nice.
Yeah, now we have this level, which is basically gonna be a huge L1 spam. Because when you transform in this level, you can actually stay inside the checkpoint. So the main ability for Toggle is to shift into different sizes. And since he can do that, we can just spam, as you guys can see. So right now I'm just spamming L1.
I feel it's a little bit tiring to do this, but it's basically just for this boss. And if you're unlucky enough, you can actually soft lock if you mesh for too long. Hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, this is basically it for the boss. Like, sometimes the game can just load and it will just spawn you back in for no apparent reason. So there's something to just take into account as well. And
Oh, I think I soft lock.
be soft lock. That's not good.
I think I stopped mashing too early, probably. Yeah, this can actually happen. So instead of just mashing, I'm just gonna normally play the level. Mashing in this stage actually saves 20 seconds than normally playing the level. But soft locking is real.
Yeah. Like, there's a risk and reward system to that, pretty much. It's a bit risky doing the strat, but it just goes to show that this game is really broken.
Yeah. But it can happen.
Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, this is how the level is meant to be played, and it was a little bit faster going for the L1 mash. Because you don't toggle as much. Well, you do toggle a lot, but you don't toggle on screen, so there's less lag on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much. But that was the boss.
And we're off to the next level. Or the next hub world, really.
Yep. Yeah, so coming up next, after this cutscene, of course, we are going to Bunkum Lagoon. Probably one of my favorite levels because it's pretty colorful.
It's a very nice looking level indeed. But as we just did in Sigurd, we are going to do in Bunkum Lagoon. But first, we have a long cutscene.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how long it is. I think it's about a minute.
Yeah, a minute, probably.
I will smash his tiny bulb into a million teeny pieces and trample on every one. And you will be next.
And I don't know, I just... That's something about the personality of the characters in this game that really... Like, it is just so good.
The heart was lost. Now my temper.
I feel like this game is probably on par with both LBP1 and LBP2 when it comes to the character personalities. But this game adds an extra layer because we have dub. We have full voice acting for most of the scenes.
First, you must find Swoop's missing marbles. One is at the
Because in LBP2 we did had voice acting for the cutscenes, but for most of the time we didn't really had much voice interaction with the characters.
Yeah, and in LittleBigPlanet 1, most of what you saw was literally just text bubble showing up on screen.
Yeah, so they improved a lot in that regard.
The marble sits at the top of this impossibly
The LBP franchise itself is amazing, and those games are really cool. I highly recommend whoever like wants to just pick up this game and play, just do it because LBP3 is so fun. Like, this game is very friendly.
To find this marble, you will need to borrow the Queen Lead.
So now we're getting the boost boots. The boost boots are probably the most broken item in this game, thanks to the patch that we are playing right now. So I am playing on version 105, and since we're doing that, there is an exclusive glitch to this version that allows us to infinitely boost boots fly. So we can just do that. So what I'm doing here, I am basically equipping and unequipping the boost boots at the same time. Like, doing that, I can refill my boost boots cooldown. Okay, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And jump. Oh my god, that's not good. I can still back this up. Okay, there we go. That's a good backup.
Doing that jump without the boost boots flight is a little bit harder, but it's very possible.
It is possible, yeah, but it's way more complicated. And if you miss it, you just pop yourself and do it again.
Yeah.
So, you made it inside. No matter. The only way you could stop
We are off to the final set of levels, but we are just going to play a little bit more with our main three heroes. That is not Sackboy, because Sackboy is captured. So we're gonna play with Oddsock, Toggle, and Swoop in that order. So pretty much this level is being played as normal, except for like, oh, she tried to go for a jump there, which normally would work, but
yeah, essentially this skips a cycle, but I missed it. It's not a big deal if you miss it, because we will have to wait for the cycle anyways. So doing that jump only saves like 4-ish seconds. So if we miss it, we're just gonna have to wait for the cycle. So it's risky, but you know, if you miss it, you're not really gonna lose any time other than the time that you're already losing by missing a cycle.
yeah. But we are almost done with the odd section. And we are gonna move on to Toggles section. So how are we swapping to Toggle? Well, through this door. And now we are gonna be playing. Pretty much toggle section. Gonna swap between layers, and while doing that, we are going to swap between big and small. But we're gonna be small for the most of the time because small moves a lot faster than big.
Yeah, we only want to swap to big to be able to break things, basically. But this level is quite technical.
It is technical. There's a lot of toggling while in midair or mid-water.
And it also has a lot of global cycles. So I got a little bit of bad cycle with the souls there, so I had to wait a little bit.
Also, Sackboy and Toggle and everyone can drown if you're not careful. And she gets the jump. She got the jump.
Yeah, so yeah, drowning is the main, is an interesting thing that this game added.
Yeah. Now we are seeing our first swoop gameplay in this entire run.
Yeah, since we skipped the bird levels, we definitely didn't saw the bird in any place, so this is the first time that we are actually playing and seeing the bird.
So we are gonna go for a bit of out of bounds movement here. Just be careful to not get inside of the level again.
Yeah, so this out of bounds doesn't save much, but it makes this upcoming section way more consistent. The way that the out of bounds work is like we just skydive on top of the top hat enemy, and it just instantly puts us on a different layer.
So now we're up to the next level. The final level. But we have one cutscene we're gonna skip first.
Yeah, the final level. We're gonna have to basically replay everyone. We need to play with every character again.
Including Sackboy.
Yeah, which also kind of something that this game carried over when compared to like LBP 1 and 2. Actually, in LBP 1, you didn't really, like, the game didn't really use all of the main mechanics that you had in the final boss, but they did that in LBP 2, so LBP 3 also came up with this pretty unique boss fight. Kind of similar to the final boss in LBP 2, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Where we need to like play with all the characters and use a lot of the gimmicks in the game. Also, for some reason, we can just stay on the middle of that thing. We don't really need to swap to small toggle. But this section is very simple. The reason that I'm trying my best to not swap to small and big too much is that since we are playing on a PS3 version of the game lags whenever we swap characters. So to prevent that from happening, we just die and try to not swap that much.
And now we're gonna play Swoop.
Yeah, Swoop is played again, and this section here is pretty much cycle based. If I do everything correctly, I'm gonna have the next upcoming yellow lights on the perfect position for me to just run past them. Oh my god. Oh my god. What I was doing. Okay, I'm still alive, so yeah.
That was really close.
I don't know what I was doing there. I really don't know. Like I at least we're still here. So now we have this final section that we play as Sackboy. And this gotta be one of the most complicated sections in the game because there's like those spikies going. So now I'm gonna equip the boost boots and destroy that ball as soon as possible. That also prevents us from having to wait for the ball to go to the right or the left. And now we are heading to the final climb. We are gonna play as the doggo once again, and actually the last time that we play as the doggo.
Yeah, this is the final segment
what?
of the game.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
something
slides in this game are like this. Sometimes you can slide to your death because the game just decides to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that climb is... Alright, that was my fault. I jumped too early. But this section here is very complicated because there's a lot of tight jumps. I mean, this is the final level, so it makes sense that this level is very complicated like that. Okay, I lost a little bit of my momentum. I really... Okay, that was not good. So that's what happened in this level. If you lose too much momentum, you're pretty much gonna die. Because the water is actually rubber banded. Like, if you go too fast, the water also goes pretty fast. So...
Yep.
As you guys can see, the water is just running so fast. Okay, time's coming up as soon as the scoreboards fall. So, time.
And there we go. That's LittleBigPlanet 3.
Yeah, 41, 43. I think it's not really that bad. Like, with a death on the auto scroller. And, yeah, that was pretty much LittleBigPlanet 3. Coming up next, I am going to be also playing Mighty Kung Fu Burst, and that's also gonna be my final run for today. So, gonna be the end of my block pretty much. So, I hope everyone enjoyed LBP3, and yeah, I'll be coming back next. So, I'll see you guys later. Thanks, everyone.
Come, chums! Let's get out of here!
Thank you for that one. Yeah. Coming up next, as he says, he will also be playing the next game.